Hey everybody, welcome to this week's reading. My name is Stephanie. Welcome. I am so happy you're here. If this is your first time tuning in, I do a weekly forecast each week. If this is a regular visit for you, thank you for continuing to join me here each week. So this week we will be looking at the energy for the week of October 23rd through the 29th, 2022. But as I always say, if you stumble across this reading outside that time frame and the guidance feels relevant for you, at whatever time you're in, it is relevant for you. So take it whenever you find it, if the guidance feels relevant. So we do have a new moon in Scorpio. If you tune in regularly, you know I am not an astrologer, but I am fascinated by astrology. So I always like to see how the guidance I get from the Akashic records and the oracle cards and the crystals each week lines up with the astrology. It's always very interesting to see how that happens. So I feel like this is going to be a very energetic week. Different energy than we've had over the past month or so. It started to spin a little bit last week, I feel like, but continuing that forward momentum this week. So again, October 23rd to the 29th, so the last full week of October. This week we do have the new moon in Scorpio on Tuesday, I believe. So we will be using this Moonology Manifestation Deck for the new moon guidance. We will be using the Shaman Stream Oracle for the remainder of the week, and we will be using the Healing Crystals Crystal Deck number 4 for our crystal energy. But first, let's talk about the Akashic Keywords. And if you're new here, the Akashic Keywords are 3 words that I channel each week when I am doing some work in the Akashic Records. I do private readings. If you ever want to connect on a deeper level, if you feel like, oh my gosh, these feel really relevant, but I wish I could get some additional, more personal information for something you're going through or a certain period of time, you can always feel free to message me. My contact information is in the description box at the bottom. So the 3 keywords, as I started to say, are when I am doing work in the Akashic Records, when I am channeling information from the Akashic Records during the week, I set aside some time to tune in and get 3 keywords for the collective for the week that's coming up, just to give us a little jump start energetically. So I found the 3 that came out this week super interesting. We'll see what you think. Leave me a comment in the comments below and let me know if you're into the astrology aspects, how that's lining up for you, or just generally energetically how you're feeling, and if these are matching up with how you're feeling. So let me just mention them, all 3 of them, and then we'll go back and talk a little more about them. The 3 keywords: onset, outset, liberation. So I thought, I even asked a couple times, onset and outset? Onset, outset? Yes. So what I got, and if you tune in regularly, you've probably heard me mention that sometimes I feel like it's good to look up the dictionary definition of these words. Like there might be something I'm feeling, or my frame of reference for a word or a phrase is different than how it should be sent out to the collective. I might have a personal attachment to it. So sometimes I get prompted to, give the dictionary definitions. This is definitely a week for that. So I will give a very brief Webster's definition of these 3 keywords, but also if you feel called to, look it up yourself. Look up, the definitions of these words and see how it matches up to how you're feeling this week. So onset, outset, liberation. Onset is very basically the beginning of something. So entering into a new energy. It's interesting, we have a new moon. It's interesting, it's the end of a month, but we're launching into a new month next week. So onset, I feel very apropos for the energy we're in. It is the beginning of something, and I do feel like we are at the beginning. Outset, kind of the same, but it's from the beginning and continuing. So it's a continuation of something. So I have been going on and on and on about these messages I keep getting about we are leaving the past in the past. We have learned from it, but we are no longer kind of carrying it forward and revisiting it over and over and over. It's like, yes, thank you. I'll take it from here now, is the energy I'm getting. So Outset has that same kind of message. It is from the beginning. We recognize it. We, are familiar with it. And it's continuing, but it's like we're not carrying the patterns forward. We're only carrying the lessons. Like, yes, I have assimilated that. I have learned that. I am taking the beneficial things with me, leaving the rest behind. I don't need to carry the energetic imprints. I don't need to carry the feelings. I don't need to carry the behaviors, the patterns, everything with me into my new reality. Just the experiences, just the lessons, just the beneficial parts of it. So onset, outset, the beginning, and from the beginning. And then liberation is very basically freedom and release and being set free, a sense of being set free. And that goes along with that outset energy, right? It's a continuation. We have learned from these things. We don't forget our past. We don't, even if it's past lives, we can carry the beneficial things forward so we don't have to repeat these major lessons over and over again, but we don't have to keep reliving them. So the liberation is about that final kind of aha moments, like, oh, I get it now. I have really learned from these things. I have really assimilated these lessons. I get it now. It's like almost an enlightenment or an ascension energy. Like, I get it now. And that sets us free so that we can move forward. The onset, the new beginning. So those are our keywords for this week. And now let's talk about our crystal energy a bit. Fuchsite. Say it with me now. Fuchsite. Fuchsite is, I love this crystal. I actually love that it has come out for this week. So it connects really strongly with the heart chakra. I feel like we are going to need some support. I feel like the new moon may be really intense. I don't know if that has something to do with it being Scorpio energy or if it's just an intense time period for the collective, but I feel like it's going to be intense on Tuesday. And a little bit on either side of it. But Fuchsite connects with the heart chakra. So it's that sort of, okay, slow down. You're supported. Everything's okay. Its three keywords are rejuvenation, kind of akin to liberation, rejuvenation, tranquility, and renewal. So onset, outset, liberation, rejuvenation, tranquility, renewal, kind of similar energies, right? And the mantra or affirmation you can use if you want to connect with the energy of Fuchsite is, I am young at heart, yet connected to ancient wisdom. Which is just what I mean. I think I even said just a second ago, like, but we learn from past lives. It doesn't mean we have to carry the imprints with us and keep repeating them. So I am young at heart, yet connected to ancient wisdom. So really, really knowing that we have made this kind of, I don't want to say a final assimilation. We're here to learn our entire lifetime through, and we will continue to learn. But this is really a time of kind of absorbing and assimilating all of our lifetimes, all of the lessons so far in this lifetime. So childhood stuff, past life stuff, current time stuff, and saying, okay, I am connected to all of this and I'm moving forward. I am at the onset of something new. I am liberated and moving forward. Okay, sorry, that was a lot. Let's talk about Sunday. Sunday, and again, this is from the Shaman's Dream Oracle with Alberto Violdo and Colette Baron Reed, are the designers or the authors of this deck. So for Sunday, we have the Horseman card. And it says Herald of Change. So yeah, onset, outset, liberation. This card could not be more perfect. So the Horseman also brings good news. It's kind of a, like a trumpeter of positivity. It brings good news, and your job is to kind of spread it around. Like, I am awake and I bring good news. So the horseman is a message for you, but you also can be the horseman this week. You can be the trumpeter of the good news. And then let's see, Monday, we have the farther gate, which is a bold step forward. And this is the number 55. That's kind of jumping out at me. I don't know if anybody who's watching, that's kind of a meaningful number for anybody. But it kind of popped out at me. So the farther gate says bold step forward, and it says what's next. Like, I have built up momentum. I have built up forward movement. I am leaving the old behind. So this is that liberation energy. The farther gate is a bold step forward. you've been liberated from the past. You are moving forward into the light. And then we have our Tuesday energy, and Tuesday is the new moon in Scorpio. So I did go ahead and draw that one specifically. And the new moon in Scorpio says, go deeper. So I'll read a bit from the guidebook. It always contains an affirmation that I like to pass along for the moon periods. So go deeper says, you're regaining control of a situation that cut deep. You've moved through your fears and can now see where this issue has come from. Now isn't the time to gloss over the facts. Rather, it's a time for you to face your concerns and go deeper. And then there is a manifesting mindset prompt that says, know that you are magic. Clear out negativity to supercharge your manifesting powers. And I always feel like whether it's a new moon or a full moon, it's a good time to clear things out. So just kind of whether that means your physical space or your energetic field, kind of clearing things out to allow the new to come in more easily. And the manifestation affirmation for this card says, life goes in cycles and my life is now regenerating. Same, onset, outset, liberation. Life goes in cycles and my life is now regenerating. So that's perfect for this week. Let's talk about our Wednesday card is the Magician's Sword, and it says confidence in your magic. So this is kind of the energy that we just got from the new moon about clearing out space. Like if you've ever heard the term cord cutting, kind of cutting energies in your field, but also clearing out space can be helpful. So it's interesting that this is a sword, because a sword is energetically what many times is used during a cord cutting to cut those energy cords to the past so that we can move forward. Unsticking yourself, forward action. So confidence in your magic is confidence in your action. So knowing that if you need to do some clearing work to do that so that you can get kind of a boost moving forward on that liberation energy. And then Thursday we have in the hand. So in the hand is about being supported. And I like that the way this corresponds to the fuchsia energy about it being in the heart center and being nurtured and supported. In the hand says the universe is your partner. So very much an energy of remembering that we are co-creators, remembering that we are supported. This really, the big message of this is like, allow yourself to be supported by the hand of the universe. All is well, just relax. So that's Thursday. Things may feel a little intense this week. So that's why we do these, right? So when we're feeling a little intense on Tuesday, we know, remember it says, I am supported. Allow myself to relax into the energies that are supporting me. And then Friday, we have the galactic mushroom. I do not know why this card always makes me kind of giggle. The divine matrix. So I don't know if you've ever heard about mushrooms are kind of like, a friend just told me about this maybe last year. There's a book about it. Mushrooms have like their own internet system under the ground, like they communicate with each other. So I think that's why this kind of always tickles me. The galactic mushroom is it's like it's got its own brain. And it says, I can see further than you can see, even if I'm underground. Like I know the seeds that have been planted. There is a divine matrix. It is all connected. There's a web that you may not be able to see visually with your human eyes, but it is all working for your benefit. Have faith. Everything is on its way. So the galactic mushroom says, I am connected. And by virtue of the galactic mushroom being connected, this web of information being connected, you are also connected. It says we are one, you are supported, you are a co-creator, and everything is on its way through this pathway that you might not be able to see with your physical eyes, but it is there. So it's like the magic mushroom internet. Saturday is the Garden of Venus. So rest and renewal. So again, putting yourself in the hand of the divine, letting yourself rest there, putting yourself in the heart center, letting yourself rest there. The Garden of Venus, again, on the heels of the galactic mushroom, says all is well. And in the hand says all is well. So at the end of the week, things feeling a little less intense as long as we soften into them. So it says rest and renewal. Remember that on Saturday. It may be an intense week, but we wind it up in a very soft, very loving, very supportive energy on Saturday. So that is our week. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you next time. Take care.